Hello, Nikki. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert over at Zucker Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent me over your website for analysis, so here we go. I'm going to walk you through everything that I do so you'll see what I'm doing, and hopefully it will make sense to you in that I'm going to provide you with some tips and tricks for your website that I hope will turn this into a tool for you, something that makes you money, as opposed to just something that is a novelty that's long in the past. So here we go. The first thing I do is I look at your website itself, and then I go over to this a tool that I use called Ahrefs. It shows me the metrics of your website. We'll talk more about that in a second. Then I go to a map and I look at all of the areas that are around you. For instance, Sunnyvale or Colleyville, Arlington. Those are communities that people love to live in, I presume, where they should move if they don't like it there. Anyway, they're going to come into play in a little bit. And then the third thing, the final thing I do, actually the fourth thing, is I look at a Google web search, Dallas, Texas roofers. Now, I'm going to need to explain a little bit about how Google works in order for you to follow along with me. First off, Google is a company that has customers. They are search customers. And they want for their customers the most relevant results that they get, that they can have. Now, relevant to you and me might be different because you and I might say, oh, in a roofer, want to have a roofer who is good at their job. But the most relevant result you're going to get on Google is a roofer who has a good website. Now, those are two very different things in my book, but Google thinks they have the lock on what relevance is or not. So what I'm going to show you is this, that the Google algorithm places everything in a result in the search results, the order of everything. So the first thing we find here is what we call the map pack, because they're attached to this lovely map over here. And as you can see, there's only 3 of them there. That's generally the case, sometimes 4. And these people got there by doing something very simple. They went to Google and filled out a Google business profile. Now, a Google business profile is like a Facebook profile. It's something that anyone can fill out. You just have to find out where to do it on Google. It's not hard to find. And you can do it yourself. You don't need me or your web designer. You can just go there and fill it out this afternoon or this evening. And it will help you get right here. Now, my suggestion to you is that you want to be as thorough as you can filling this out, because the Google algorithm, after all, is a mathematical construct. It's not a real person. So all it cares about is more is better. So the better you fill this thing out, if there is a blank that is left blank, fill it in with something. Even if you're not quite certain what should be there, or even if you kind of suspect it's the wrong thing, fill it out, because the more thorough it's filled out, the more opportunity you're going to have to be up here in the map pack. And being up here at the top is best. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to scroll down really fast. That was the bump stop. See how that stopped before it started to redraw GAF roofing? It stopped at related searches. And the reason it does that is because studies have found that that's about as far as most people will search. So you really want your business to be here at the top somewhere, right? But before that. So what I'm going to show you is that underneath this now are what we call the organic search results. Now, these are also determined by the Google algorithm, but it is possible to be both here and here, because these folks don't have a Google business profile. Now, you can be in both places, and that would be extraordinary. What would be even better is if you were here and at the top here. So let me show you how to do that, because the Google algorithm has certain criteria that needs to be met in order for you to zoom to the top of it. There are things that are known. That's not like a secret in the industry at all. Now, I'm going to show you that the first the first company we come across here is Lawn Smith Roofing. I'm sure he's a person too, but who knows? I'm going to refer to them as your Google competitor, just for argument's sake. Yeah, here's their website. Here's your website. Yours is much more beautiful. I mean, it's more architectural and and theirs is like very, corporate, and I don't know. This looks like a political ad to me. Anyway, uh, this is not a bad website. Yours is better, but I'm going to show you something right off the bat. Here we go. I'm going to copy all and paste your website into this word counter. 1,366 words. That is more than I am used to seeing on a website. Good for you. Now I'm going to do the same to them. Select all, copy, and paste into this other word counter. They have 1,062. In this, you win, because 1,062 is not as great as 1,366. And yet, Google wants you to have 1,500 words on your homepage in order to consider you a legitimate business in your category. Now, it doesn't know what your category is. It just knows that when somebody Googles Dallas, Texas roofers, a whole bunch of websites come up. So it takes all of those websites and it strips all the words out. Now, it counts all the words and sees which one has the most mentions, and then the second one, the second place, and so on and so on. And those words become keywords. Now, you have a good amount of them. You don't have much to catch up on here. But let me show you what the keywords are for your competitor. This is you. Come on now. Oh my. It's wanting to mess with me. Here's your keywords. You have 763. Here are Lawn Smiths. They have 812. Look how close you are. You couldn't be closer. So, you can catch up readily and beat them in this, because keywords are what people actually type into a Google search, right? So, let me show you what their actual keywords are. They're just things from your industry. Gutters, roof repair companies near me, roofing work, Dallas roofers, roofing company, roofing companies. It's singulars and plurals. It's everything that impact resistant roofing shingles, roofing Fort Worth. Apparently they work in Fort Worth too. How long do slate roofs last? Now, these are questions people type into a Google search, and those questions are answered on the Lawn Smith website. So what you want to do is this: have more keywords on your website than they do. Not hard to do. That's where I'm going to show you this. If you have, say, the phrase on your website, crocodiles eat gorillas. I don't know if that's true, but if you have that there, then when somebody types that into a Google search from the deepest, darkest Africa, then you're going to come up and they're going to say, now, why is this roofing company from Dallas coming up on this web search about whether crocodiles can eat a gorilla or not? And the reason is because you have it on your website. Now, the reverse is true. If you don't have it on your website, it won't come up in a search, right? Simple. And company and companies are two different searches, right? Because the words are actually different. Now, the algorithm doesn't know the difference between the words company and companies, right? So you have to be thorough. You have to explain it to the algorithm as best you can. Everything that go to your coworkers, figure out what every word is that you guys use in your industry. The second thing, ask your salespeople when they go and do an estimate. What are the questions they get asked? Because those are the questions people are going to type into a Google search. Now, you want to have all of those satisfied as much as you can. Here's the other thing you want. You saw down here that it said Fort Worth, right? Roofer Fort Worth. This is where I was talking about on the map. Now, Addison, downtown Carrollton. Those are all places that people like to live and presumably are proud of living in. And if they want to get the best roofer in downtown Carrollton, they're going to type that into a Google search. This is an opportunity for you to have something that the other folks don't. The best, well, Garland probably has somebody that calls himself the best roofer, but I don't know if West Dallas does. I don't know if Grand Prairie does. And those are nice little communities that, if somebody wants to hire local, they're going to look on the web for that. And all you have to do to satisfy the Google algorithm is put it on a web page, and it is true. That's it. Right there. It's true. You are the best roofer in Casa View, right? And I assume that you think you're the best roofer. Let me find out. I'm going to do a search here. Best materials. best decision, best practice. I don't see best roofer in Dallas. Now, no reason to be not, you should be boastful on the internet because having it on a web page makes it true. Uh, uh, you know, don't be shy about something like that. Um, and let's see, the next thing I'm going to show you is this, your backlinks. You have 837 backlinks. Backlinks is where somebody refers to you on their website. And I'm going to show you what Lon Smith has. They have 7,600. They might win in this category by a little bit. But here's what I'm going to show you. The PNR Newswire, they have something, they did something where they were involved in some sort of charitable event, something like that, and it got on the Newswire. Angie's List, rated it a 91. I'm showing you these because they're rated in the 90s. Crunchbase, yellowpages.com. Those are all rated in the 90s. It's not going to be hard to find more 90s rated sites to be on. Same with the 80s. Same with the 70s. Dex Knows, superpages.com. All of those are good rated sites. Anything 70 and above would be well worth your time to get on because you don't have to beat 7,600. You don't have to bring it up that much if you get the right websites to be on. So that will increase your backlink profile. Now the backlink profile and the keywords are what determine your placement in the Google search order, right? Now, I'm going to show you what that actually means. Last month, you had 111 clicks from your website. That's down 88 from the month before. Oh, that's bad. I mean, I'm not trying to shame you or anything. It's just I wish they didn't do that. I wish they did do that. I wish they hadn't stopped clicking on you. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So here's Lon Smith. You had 111. They had 4,600. Now the math is pretty simple here. 4,600 is that many more times likely to get an estimate request. That many more times likely to have an estimate turn into a customer, and that much more likely to have a customer give you money. So as you can see here, they value your clicks at $486, and Lon Smith they value at $45,000. So it's not rocket science to see how the placement of a Google search can really affect your bottom line. You are no longer competing in the physical world. You're competing in the virtual world and in the Google world, which is its own whole separate thing. So what I'd suggest is that you probably want to spend your time doing roofing in the Dallas area, and as opposed to digging around on your website or trying to figure out what the most popular site is. And that's where I think Eric can give you a hand. If what I've told you makes sense, if this, if I've laid it out in a nice logical way, give Eric a call and he would be glad to give you a hand and lead you through the next steps. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.